Don't know if we could have got off to a better start. First play of game, touchdown, and then we get a strip and return it, touchdown, up 14-0, and we didn't execute. We got drives going, and penalties were obviously a big problem. You've got 8 penalties for 101 yards. Penalties stalled 2 or 3 drives. And then a turnover, so 1 for 9 on third downs and 0 for 2, and they're 7 for 15 and 4 for 5 on fourth down. So that's the difference. Felt like we really had a good plan, worked it well, and 24 rushes for 72 yards is not very good. Trying to run the ball when they've got 50 rushes for 200 yards. So, kudos to them, credit to them for really shutting us down, stopping our running game. And then, we were able to try to get something going right there. And we can't execute third downs, or we get a drive going and penalties stop it. So, it comes down to execution, critical downs, being able to run the football and being able to stop the run. We didn't do any of them. So that's really what happened tonight.
When it comes down to the penalties, 101 yards, you only had 150 yards of total offense. Is it a discipline matter? Guys just, getting a little chippy there after going down especially?
It's happened throughout the year. And we went from being the least penalized team in the conference to the most penalized team in the conference. So, I think it does come down to discipline. It comes down to discipline and putting the team first and fixing the mistakes that continue to show up. So, obviously, we got to take a long look in the mirror to make some adjustments.
Third and fourth downs, I know they've been a problem all year long, but just how do you go about trying to fix that, especially after 3 games left?
The thing that's killed us is all year is it's the 3rd and 20s. Again, you look up and you're in 3rd and 25. You're in 3rd and 22. The penalties put us in unmanageable third downs. So it's hard to be good on third down when it's 3rd and 20 plus. And we've had a record of those this year. A record. I think we're 61% under 8 and under, and then, I think we're 0 for 28 on 3rd and 20 and plus. So we put ourselves in bad situations from lack of execution and penalties, and those are hard to overcome when they're 50% on third downs and 4 out of 5 on fourth downs.
Defense was suffocating the first half, especially that first quarter, but they were on the field for over 37 minutes. Do you feel like their run game?
No doubt. Well, I think that they're playing lights out, and we've got to establish drives. We've got to play complementary football, which we have not. And we've got to sustain drives, and you do that by not getting penalties to put you behind the sticks. You do that by executing third downs, which we didn't do either, and that's what happens. So, yes, I think the defense probably got a little tired. They're playing their tails off, and we didn't protect them. Offensively, we didn't protect them, and we've got to be able to protect our team and sustain drives and put the ball in the end zone.
You knew Davenport was a threat with his legs coming into this game. You guys held him in check in the first half. The second half feels like he really got going. What do you think was the difference maker?
I think we put our defense on the field too long, is my opinion. Before looking at the film, 37 minutes. And you've got 53 rushes. They've got more rushes than we've got plays. So it's just a bad combination when your defense is getting off the field, and offensively we put them right back on the field. So, I think they got worn down, but they played definitely good enough to win.
Was there ever thought to put Landon in this game just to kind of jumpstart the offense maybe?
No, we let him compete this week in practice. And, we had some packages for Landon in this game. We never got to him because we weren't in those situations. We were 3rd and long instead of 3rd and shorts. Landon's a winner. He's tough. We let him compete this week, and Aiden had a better week. Aiden, again, he's not getting the penalties. He's not, putting us in 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20 situations. That's tough on a quarterback. When you look up, every couple third downs and it's 3rd and 20. So, it comes from the unit. Every man that takes the field, it comes from the unit. And we had some big plays pulled back, big plays pulled back. but it's what we got to fix. You know, we got to look at it and fix it. So it's where we're at.
I know this is not the way you wanted to send your seniors out in their last home game, but can you just give them a message for what they poured into this program?
You know, this people don't understand, you know, how this senior class has really worked and really tried with everything they got to take these steps, and they have. They've done so much for this program, and, you know, it's, you know, I hate it for them. I do, because they've fought their tails off, and they continue to fight their tails off. And you know what? Tough times don't last, and we ain't stopping. We're not going to give in. I mean, it's easy. It's easy to do that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're going to continue to get up and do it again, and continue to get better, and continue to work, and continue to fight, and continue to work on our execution.
With bowl eligibility off the table, 2 games left, I mean, just how much is it about now pride playing for your university?
I think it's everything. I do. I think it's everything. I told him, I said, you know, there's only one way to ever do anything, and that's to do it till the end. And that's all we know, and that's all we've ever known, and we're not going to get down. We're not. This is the long haul. This is a journey. And look, yeah, we're better than that. You know, we're better than that, and we've got to show it. We've got to show it, but I love these seniors. I love this class. They meant a lot to this program, this town, and we're not done. We'll go to the end. It's, you know, it's just frustrating for them, but we're going to finish. We're going to fight to the end. That's the only thing we know. It's the only way they've been led, and we just got to improve our execution.
Thank you, Coach Vincent.
Thank you.